Okay, Rach, you asked me about the combustion of methanol. Okay, so we have methanol, CH3OH. That is methanol, and it asks for combustion. Okay, so you need to remember a combustion reaction is burning. And when you combust something, you burn it. Your dumb grandpa worked on the combustion of coal his whole life, and he should know this. You should be able to ask him this. But when you burn something, you add oxygen. You need oxygen to burn, and so this is a combustion reaction. Now when you have hydrocarbons with an oxygen in there, hydrocarbons, the products are always going to be two things. It's going to be water and methanol, and CO2. What am I thinking? Okay, so the combustion of any hydrocarbon, meaning it has hydrogen and carbon, and in this case we do have an oxygen in here, that those products are always going to be H2O plus CO2. Okay, so any hydrocarbon, it's the same products, and now it just becomes a balancing problem. So how are we going to balance this? Well, I always look at the carbons first, and then maybe the hydrogens, and then the oxygens. So the carbons are already balanced right here, so I don't have to worry about those. Hydrogens next. So I have 4 hydrogens on this side, but I only have 2 hydrogens over here, so I'm going to put a 2 right there. Okay, so I have 2 H2O. Now I have to worry about my oxygens. So I have 1, 2, 3 oxygens on this side, and now I have 4 oxygens on the other side. Okay, now I always look for the odd species. So water has an odd number of oxygens, and oxygen has an odd number of oxygens. So I am going to put a 2 right here. Okay. Going to take this and make it so it's even. It always has to be an even number so when we're balancing these equations. So now let's recalibrate where we're at here. So I've got to put a 2 over here now because I balanced my carbons first. 2 carbons, 2 carbons. Now I go to hydrogens. I have 2 times 3 is 6. I have 8 hydrogens over here. So now I have to adjust. I've got 4 right there. So I have 8 hydrogens on this side. I have 8 on that side. Now let's worry about those oxygens. I've got 8 hydrogens. So oxygens, I've got 2. Okay, on this side I've got 2, and I've got 4 oxygens on this side. Looks like. So I've got 4 oxygens on this side, and on this other side I have got 4, and 4 is 8. Okay, it's 8 on this side. So how am I going to get those up? So if I put a 3 right there, so that gives me 6, 7, 8. So now I have 8 oxygens. Okay, and on this other side I have got 4. I already said I've got 8 oxygens. So that's going to work out. So I have, let's just recalibrate here. Carbons, I have 2 on the left side, and carbons, I have 2 on the right side. Hydrogens, let me find my dot. Sorry, I got hydrogen. I have got 6, 7, 8. I got 8 on this side. Hydrogens, I've got 8 on this side. And finally, oxygens, I have 8, and I have 8. Okay, so remember, if you ever get a combustion reaction asked, and it contains hydrogen and carbon and oxygen, the products are always going to be water and CO2, water and CO2, water and CO2. And then it's just the challenge of balancing, which I think you can do those if you play around enough. So that, my friend, my niece, is the combustion of methanol.